This is Season 7, Episode 150 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Sometimes the important thing is not the number of miles you've driven, but what's going on inside your head while driving. The Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast will stimulate your mind and keep you company while on the road. Join us for education, motivation, and inspiration from wherever you may be in our nation. You'll hear roundtable discussions about important information that's impacting our industry. Plus, you'll learn more about new technology, equipment, driving opportunities, safety, and operations. Get driver success and fitness tips to keep you profitable, safe, healthy, as well as entertaining stories from the road. And don't you know, we've all got a few of those. We might be traveling in different directions, but we're all part of one driver community at the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. With your host, trucker Tim Cicerelli.
Hello, friends, once again, and welcome to a very special episode number 150 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Tim Cicerelli here, otherwise known as Trucker Tim, and this is a special one. Not only is this the final episode of Season 7, but we are also kicking off the week of America's 249th birthday. Today's show is all about celebrating the red, white, and blue, and you, the incredible men and women behind the wheel who keep this country rolling. So, coming up, we've got a very powerful patriotic song that salutes America and you, our drivers. We'll also check out a brand new driver spotlight video. We'll pull some audio from a video you can find on our Stevens Transport YouTube channel. We are going to feature a driver who opens up about life on the road and his journey to becoming an independent contractor. Plus, Stevens Safety Supervisor, Mr. Terrence Burgess, has a very important reminder to help you stay safe this holiday week. And we are going to kick things off with a replay of one of the most moving interviews we've ever featured here on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. From all the way back in episode 103, we will be spotlighting somebody who has been with Stevens for 25 years. He's a proud veteran, and he is a true American hero. So, to start off our 4th of July celebration, let's revisit our conversation with Mr. Johnny Red Cloud Cox on our Stevens Roundtable. You know, we love having driver managers on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast because a lot of drivers are our listeners, and it's fun for them to get to hear the people that they're talking to when they're on the road. Their lifeline, their driver managers, and we've interviewed dozens and dozens of them, but right now, this one's pretty special. The gentleman that we're going to talk to right now has an amazing history. He served our country, and the fact that we're able to welcome Mr. Johnny Red Cloud Cox with us is an honor for us. First and foremost, we'll get to it, but thank you for your service, sir.
You're welcome.
And when we talk about service, Mr. Cox, if you would please tell us a little bit about your history.
Well, I've done 28 years in the military. I was United States Army Special Forces Green Beret. Done 5 years in Vietnam, Grenada, Somalia, Kosovo, Bosnia. Me and my team retired in 89, and we were recalled for the first Desert Storm. Wow. And I got out there. I tried my hand at truck driving and then went to work for the Dallas County Sheriff's Department.
Okay. We got a badass with us here right now. We could just say it. And thank you. I'm serious. Wow. I mean, what a history. Did you say Vietnam?
Yes, sir. 5 years.
You don't look like you served in Vietnam. You look like we're about the same age. I mean, how do you do that?
It's my Native American history.
Let's talk about that. Red Cloud.
Yeah.
How'd you get that name?
That's what, when I was born on the reservation, that's what my mother named me, because the Indians are named by the first thing the mother sees. Mm-hmm. And she saw a red cloud, and that's where red cloud come from.
How about that? You identify with that, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And tell us about your tattoos that I see right here. So, one on your right forearm.
Well, the one tattoo, I had it before I went in the military, mm-hmm. and that's a tattoo of a Cherokee war chief, mm-hmm. and I had that maybe 2 years for it in the military. And then the other tattoo I've got is Bulldog, because that was my call sign my whole time in the military, was Bulldog 1.
Why'd you choose Bulldog?
Because I've always liked Bulldog, American English Bulldogs, and I've had them all my life.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, you have a very storied, heroic history, not just with our military, but with the police force as well, too. What led you to Stevens? You were a driver, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Were you a driver for Stevens?
No, sir.
Okay, so why Stevens? Why'd you come here as a driver manager?
Well, another gentleman that used to be here years ago had talked to me about coming into the transportation industry, and I was getting ready to leave the sheriff's department because I'd already been shot twice, and I didn't want to get it again.
The stories just keep getting better.
So the lady I was getting ready to marry, I told her I was going to retire so she wouldn't get a call at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then a friend of mine, he talked to me about coming over here, so I gave it a shot and been here ever since.
Fantastic. Let's circle back to that story about getting shot twice. Were you hit twice?
Yes, sir.
Where?
I was hit in the side one time, and then I was hit in my thigh on my right leg.
Oh, man. Did you get the guys that did that?
Oh, yeah.
You know how I said, oh, yeah. You said, okay, that's enough. And you were about to get married. And so what an act of love on your part so she wouldn't get that call.
Right.
I work with the Los Angeles Police Department quite a bit, so I understand what that lifestyle is like.
Right.
And then you went into trucking. So how did you enjoy that part of your career?
I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed working with the drivers, helping them succeed and make money, and be able to stand up and say, I done it.
Absolutely. There's some credence and credibility there, right? As a driver manager to say that you've done it. So what are some of the challenges? And I feel silly asking you about challenges, really, so forgive me. But what are some of the challenges as a driver manager that you have to overcome? And I can imagine someone like you, there's nothing you can't overcome after a history like that.
Well, you have to overcome. You get a new driver. He's scared. He's basically on the contractor side. He don't have a clue.
Yeah.
About trucking. He's trying to run his own business.
As an independent contractor, right.
You have to constantly talk with him, work with him to get him to understand his settlements and what he needs to do to succeed. And it's an ongoing process.
I bet it's fulfilling for you as well, too, because you're their lifeline a lot of times, right? And you're also a friend. You get to be an ear for them, and then you direct them. Do your drivers know your history?
A few of them do.
Yeah.
Not all of them, just a few. Some of the drivers have been on my fleet for years, do.
Yeah.
But a lot of the new ones don't. It's just drivers that have been on my fleet. I've got some drivers been on my fleet since, 16, 17 years.
How long you been doing this here at Stevens?
24.
Are you 107? I don't understand. How are you? All the things that you've done, that is incredible. You've been here 24 years with Stevens.
Yeah. Well, when I retired with the Sheriff's Department, I'd only been with them 13 years, but they took my military and everything and let me retire from the Sheriff's Department.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, you deserve that and earned that for sure. And I asked if our drivers know your history because I would hope that and I know you're humble, but I would hope there's some sort of reverence there and respect because of what you've been through and your wisdom and what you've sacrificed for our country and how lucky they are to have a leader like you and help them navigate through their business and what they're doing out there on the job.
Right.
What is your favorite part about what you do?
Getting to know the drivers, meeting, talking to them, and seeing how they come up, through the ropes and everything, and be standing up and saying, "I finally made it," but I had help. Yeah.
Yeah. And what a great guy to lean into. I trust you with my life, sir. I'm telling you right now.
Yes.
Mr. Johnny Red Cloud Cox, what an honor to have you in here.
Thank you.
Thank you for creating the time to be with us, sir, and I hope we bump into each other and cross paths again soon.
Yes, sir.
Boy, that was special. Thank you, Mr. Johnny Red Cloud Cox, for joining us again on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Well, here we are. It's officially summer. It's here. It's hot everywhere. And with that comes extreme heat that not only affects you, the driver, but also your equipment. So, from the desk of Safety Supervisor Terrence Burgess, here is a safety reminder on how you can beat the heat. For you, the driver, simple. Hydrate. Keeping yourself hydrated will help you in the heat, clearly. Now, try to stay away from caffeine or sugary drinks, which can contribute to fluid loss and cause energy loss. And we know you need every ounce of energy to do what you're doing out there on the road. Trip planning. If possible, try to plan your trip to avoid driving during the hottest part of the day. Early morning or evening driving tends to be cooler, making it more comfortable when driving. Dress appropriately. Wearing light-colored clothing tends to reflect sunlight rather than absorbing it like darker clothing does. Also, try to wear lightweight, breathable fabric that will allow for better air circulation. Now for the equipment. Tire pressure. With the pavement potentially being at such a high temperature, the air inside the tire can expand rapidly, raising the risk of blowouts. So it is a good practice to not only check your tires at the beginning and end of your day, but also while en route. Engine fluids. Keeping your fluids, such as coolant and oil, at appropriate levels helps prevent overheating and keeps everything lubricated. Make sure to check all of your fluids on a daily basis. And finally, air conditioning. Having an adequately running air conditioning system will help you beat the heat. If your system is not running properly, make sure to have it serviced. A poorly running system can also prevent you from getting proper rest due to the interior of the cabin not being cool enough. That's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? Just another reminder from the desk of Terrence Burgess, our safety supervisor. On the way, we're going to pull some audio from a video you can find on our Stevens Transport YouTube channel, and we'll wrap up episode 150 and season 7 with an amazing patriotic trucking song on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Ever wondered what it's like to drive across the country and get paid to see America's breathtaking landscapes? Welcome to life as a team driver with Stevens Transport. The life of a trucker can sometimes feel solitary, but with team driving, you're never alone. Let's dive into how teaming up with another driver can transform your trucking career. So what exactly is team driving? Simply put, it's when two drivers share the responsibilities of operating the same truck. This allows for continuous travel and efficient delivery. Federal regulations require solo drivers to be off-duty for at least 10 consecutive hours after 11 hours of driving. Team driving, however, maximizes productivity by alternating driving shifts, cutting down on overall trip times. By working in shifts, team drivers can cover over 5,500 miles a week. That's more than double what solo drivers can achieve, leading to more priority loads and higher earnings. Efficiency is key. With two drivers, tasks like loading and unloading become quicker and easier. Plus, you'll earn more per mile. One of the greatest perks? You get to choose your driving partner, whether it's a close friend or a new acquaintance. Having a partner on the road makes those long hauls more enjoyable. And what about rest? Team drivers sleep in comfy bunk beds while the truck is moving, allowing for nearly non-stop travel without sacrificing sleep. Safety is another major advantage. With two drivers, there's an added layer of oversight to ensure committed safety. So, if you're ready to take your trucking career to the next level, consider team driving with Stevens Transport. It's the perfect blend of companionship, efficiency, and increased earnings. Explore the benefits of team driving and start your adventure today with Stevens Transport. Apply now and join a team that drives you to success. Your journey starts here.
Now more than ever, truck drivers are true American heroes. The men and women who literally keep America moving by delivering goods across the country. Being a professional driver is a rewarding, financially lucrative, long-term career filled with exciting adventures. A career where you'll never have to worry about job security. If you have your CDL and keep it up, it will sustain you for the long haul. You can see the country, serve your country, and provide a good life for your family. Whether you'd rather haul on a dedicated route or lane, or prefer working with one specific customer, if you want to own your business, we have a program that sets you up for success with all the tools and support you need. We've got opportunities in our intermodal rail division and have programs to help military veterans transition into trucking careers. We have second generations of drivers whose parents have driven for Stevens, who then trained their children and are now truck drivers. Some are even small fleet owners. So, whatever your dream is, you can achieve it right here at Stevens. If you're looking for a company with a 40-plus year track record that's never had a layoff and just had the largest pay increase in company history for both new and experienced drivers, Stevens Transport has you covered. We offer the finest tools and technology and provide our drivers with the best state-of-the-art equipment on the market. Our infrastructure will support you both on and off the road. As a driver for Stevens, you become part of our family. Many companies throw the word family around. We're family-owned, family-run, and family-driven. Our 40-plus years of success is built on family. At Stevens, you're not just a number. Our drivers are part of our extended family, and we recognize and honor them every chance we get. If you want to be among the top income earners among professional drivers, if you want great benefits, if you want to have every type of driving opportunity at your fingertips, if you want to be part of a company that will stand behind you and ensure your success, come join the Stevens Transport family today and become an American hero. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step toward your future career with the best trucking company in America. Become part of the Stevens Transport family today by calling our recruiting department at 1-800-333-8595 or apply online at stevenstransport.com.
Welcome back to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. My name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. If you wouldn't mind, when you hit your next stop, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying it from. We are everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible. If it's a platform with a podcast on it, we are there. And by following the podcast, you'll have a brand new episode waiting for you each and every week as soon as it's released. And if you wouldn't mind, please leave us a review. Tell us what you like about the show and what you'd like changed. We are producing this podcast for you to keep you educated, informed, and hopefully a little entertained as well. Time now for our driver's spotlight. We're going to pull some audio from a video that you can find on our Stevens Transport YouTube channel. This driver was once a diesel mechanic, and he decided he wanted to be a driver. So he shares his journey on becoming an independent contractor for Stevens and opens up about life on the road as a truck driver. This is the story of driver Kelsey Washington.
My name is Kelsey Washington. I came to Stevens last year in June. I became a contractor at the end of September. When I was in training, my trainer, he told me into it. He was like, at least give it a try. If it work, it work. If it don't, you can always go back company. I would just say the freedom. I take off when I'm ready. Like, I run hard, but then if I'm ready to finally come off the road, it allows me to come off the road. It's kind of, I don't know, it gives you a sense of, I guess, independence because you kind of do all your own paperwork. You kind of watch your own, you pretty much running your own business. But you always got help. Like, you got the guys in the business office, and then, you got driver managers that's always on call. It's just an easy process. You just can't give up in the beginning. You just got to figure out the process. I come from a diesel mechanic background, so I just wanted to learn the other side of trucking. I come from a long family of truck drivers, and they always wanted somebody that could fix the truck. But I wanted to drive. Don't give up, don't give up. Like, just stick it out. Like, you'll figure it out. I know I'm gonna go for the million before I call it quits, so I'm definitely going for the million.
Thank you, Kelsey, for sharing your story. You can find the video to that audio on our Stevens Transport YouTube channel. We'll have a link in the episode notes. Well, it's time now to come to the end of Season 7 as we wrap up episode 150 on this 4th of July week. And from the bottom of my heart, I would like to not only thank everybody who has participated in Season 7 as an interview for the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast, but more importantly, those of you, our friends on the other side of the speakers, for listening and tuning in each and every week. So we'll see you in Season 8, but before we leave, we're going to celebrate the 4th of July week and the freedoms that we are blessed to have in this great nation. We also salute the hardworking men and women behind the wheel. You, Stevens Transport, and America's truck drivers. Y'all are the ones who keep this country moving every single day, rain or shine, holiday or not. So, in honor of you and the red, white, and blue, here's a song that perfectly captures that American pride on the open road. It's Wyatt McCoy with the Country Trucking Song on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
From the mountains of Colorado to the hills of Tennessee, through the deserts of Arizona to the plains of Nebraska, I've seen the beauty of America, the land of the free. And every mile I travel, this country gets sweeter. Oh, America, my love, my home, on these wheels I'll keep rolling, never alone. Trucking across your heart, from coast to coast, with every song on my radio I'll toast. From the skyline of New York to the Golden Gate, through the heartland fields of amber waves, I felt the heartbeat of this nation, its fate in every sunrise and sunset this land behaves. Oh, America, my love, my home, on these wheels I'll keep rolling, never alone. Trucking across your heart, from coast to coast, with every song on my radio I'll toast. Through the storms and the rain, through the snow and the shine, I'll keep on trucking, America, you're mine. From the valleys to the peaks, from sea to shining sea, I'll keep on driving, 'cause you're the land of the free. Through the cities bustling with life to the quiet country roads, past the small towns where dreams are sown, I've seen the fabric of this nation, its joys and its loads in every person I meet, in every story they've known. Oh, America, my love, my home, on these wheels I'll keep rolling, never alone. Trucking across your heart, from coast to coast, with every song on my radio I'll toast. So here's to America, the land of opportunity. From the driver's seat I'll sing with glee, with every mile marker, with every road sign. Keep on trucking, 'cause America, you're mine.
Okay, pump the brakes on episode 150 and on Season 7 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. If you found this podcast because you're searching for a brand new career, please make sure you visit the episode notes. We will have phone numbers and every link possible for you to learn more about Stevens Transport and even schedule a call with one of our recruiters. All the information is in the episode notes. And like we said earlier, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever platform you're enjoying it from, and share it with one of your fellow drivers. We sure would appreciate it. And finally, my name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. Thanks for joining me And until next time, be safe out there. And thanks for listening to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.